Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm early again today. LA must be not too busy because it goes down to LA and comes back up to here to Canada. So, welcome. This is Jane Gardner and welcome, 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 welcome. Today we are talking microphones again, but we are going to talk about the Lavelier microphone, which you can use for functions other than sitting in the studio. So, yeah, we're going to continue on with sound. And then after that, I think I might talk. Well, we'll see if we'll talk about the Blue Yeti microphone. And then we'll talk about gain and noise removal and audacity. Because that's important. Important for, yeah, it's important for sweetening your sound if it's not too good to begin with. But of course, you want to have good sound to begin with, so you don't have to go around and be changing it in Audacity. So let's get started with our presentation, and let's go. Let's go live. Share yourself to connect to your audience. What you want to do is go live so people can get to know and like and trust you. So who am I? Well, I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm for the last 23 years, and we're in Western Canada. And we like to travel, and we work from home, and I'm an artist. So that's my bio. And in 2018, I got very fascinated by Roku and Amazon Fire and getting on television. And there was an opportunity, which I can tell you about some other time. And I have 4 channels on Roku and Fire TV. And you can go and have a look at them there. As well as developing a TV channel system so that you can go from invisible to having your own TV channel within 6 months. So the Let's Go Live show outline. We've discussed why you need to go live. We've discussed mindset. We're discussing studio setup. Right now it's audio and microphones. We'll be talking video off camera, video on camera. We'll be talking about free platforms to go live, like Facebook Live, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, mobile. We'll be talking about the free broadcasting software that is out there, OBS, which is Open Broadcast Source, I think, and mobile. As well, we'll be talking about paid broadcasting software and the opportunities there, which include Zoom, XSplit, StreamYard, Wirecast, etc. And also there is multi-streaming broadcasting software for you, which I'm using right now to broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and yeah, I can also do it on Twist. No, what's the name of it? Oh, I've forgotten now. And you, of course, you can do other kinds of places. So also, we're gonna interview entrepreneurs with a show who do it on a regular basis, what their challenges are, and what their rewards. We're going to interview software companies, and we're going to do a Let's Go Live challenge quarterly and interview with new entrepreneurs having success with their show who have contacted me about what they are doing. And we've discussed why you need to go live, to be seen as the authority in your niche, and to be consistent so people get in the habit of seeing you as the expert and come back and watch you again and again. And you need to be answering questions, sharing your message, sharing your knowledge, and getting people to know, like, and trust you so that you can make more sales, help more people in your business. Now, previously we talked about how mindset can stop you from being seen. We talked about how having a dedicated studio space makes it easier to broadcast. We've had a look at ambient light in your studio space. We've tested the values in the studios, how to do it in your studio space for your sound. and how you can control the acoustics of your studio space. So now we're going to be on to studio setup, and we're still talking about microphone because it is the most important. Clear, crisp audio makes it easier for a listener to understand what is being said, and as a considerable part of video content is consumed with headphones, clear sound is crucial. There's nothing more annoying than poor quality sound being shouted directly in your brain. So last time we had a look at the variety of microphones there are. There are stereo cartoid microphones, is what basically stereo microphones, USB, such as the Snowball, the Blue Yeti, the Audio Technica, and we talked about the Lavelier microphone as well. And so today we're going to be talking about the Lavelier setup and what you can be used for, the advantages, the disadvantages, and also why you might be interested in using a Lavelier system. Now I thought, I'll just come back to me. Where am I? There I am. I thought I had a Lavelier system, but it turns out when I read the instructions, I have the microphone, which has its little pop filter. We'll talk about why that's important, and it goes into a jack into my transmitter. Where's my transmitter? There's my transmitter. My transmitter. Thank you. And I can put this, well, I attach it to my belt, obviously, and it goes to the receiver. Boom, which you put somewhere on, and then you connect it to your camera, because we haven't discussed yet that you can use your camera, SLR camera, for broadcasting as well as your webcam, but we'll do that later. But you can, of course, connect this if you can find the right connections to get it into your USB on your computer or into recording. Well, this is just a wireless microphone. So there's another choice. You could have a wireless microphone, which you use in your studio to walk around and talk. But obviously, a Lavalier has two microphones because you're talking to other people. So I bought the wrong one because just before the pandemic, I was thinking of going to conferences and interviewing some of the influencers there and getting some feedback from people on various things. And of course, you need two microphones. So that would not work. So there you go. So you can also get a wireless microphone if you wish to walk around and talk while you're speaking in your studio space. My setup is sit down because I don't have the room for a stand up and I don't want to stand up. So there you go. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the Lavalier microphone system and how you can use it. This is the proper one because it has two microphones, one for you and one for the interviewee if you wish. And let's go and look at the advantages and disadvantages of that one. So there you go. What can I say? It has a receiver, it has a transmitter, it has actually, I think, something to record. This system has something to record it onto. And so it's all portable. You don't have to have a computer or your laptop, it looks like. You might, I'm not sure. This one, and there's all kinds of ones, and then of course two microphones. So let's go and have a look at the Lavalier microphone system. Why should you buy a Lavalier microphone system? Well, the advantage is it's portable, as you can see. You can put it in a bag and carry it on to sites wherever you want to go. It's flexible, depending on being able to clip it to yourself or a stand. And obviously clip it to your interviewee. It helps you free up your hands, that you can, of course, you can clip it to your shirt and put transmitter in your pocket, which sends signals to receiver that records whether it's on the computer or into its system, depending on how you connect it up. And of course, it's been used forever in on TV. But what are some of the disadvantages? Well, it doesn't record the full range of frequencies of your voice, so it's not good for you, and it would definitely not be good for music or recording, that kind of thing, because you lose some of the bass or lower frequencies. And depending on the quality of the lavalier system, it may not produce good quality recordings for interviews. So you really have to make sure it's a good quality one. And it's basically focused on recording voice, so it doesn't capture the surrounding sound. If you want to have it in terms of atmosphere or in terms of stereo, feeling like you're in a room, etc. And of course, advantage of it is of course, you can use a lavalier in a car as a microphone. Not that in our area you're allowed to talk on your phone in your car, but it is the proximity of your mouth and your vocals are loud, so there's less car noise. Unlike a smartphone microphone, which can capture noises from throughout in the car, or the same for if you're out on location, a smartphone microphone might capture the wind and any other noises that you don't want to hear. But because the microphone is so close to your mouth, you are able to just focus on the vocals. So also, the lavalier usually comes with a pop filter over the mic to reduce the P sound when you speak. If you've had that ever happen, you'll notice it as a emphasis in your recording, as they don't like P's. And of course, the advantages is it's hands-free, so you can be walking, you can be one won't be in our car, but you can be interviewing someone and not have to worry about where the microphone is, or getting the microphone close to the other person's face in order to get the voice that you want, quality. And in the studio, of course, with a lavalier microphone system or a wireless one, you can move around. If you like to stand while doing presentations and recordings, it can give good quality sound if you buy a good quality system, rather than having to worry about having a big huge microphone with its stand in front of your face. And one of the good quality lavalier microphones is Rode. You could check that out. Obviously, if you're demonstrating cooking, aerobics, judo movements, or any other active demos, you will be able to speak and present while demoing and still having a good sound for your voice. So actually, I might use that for my cooking demonstrations, though I hadn't planned to use sound. But yeah, that's where it's useful because it moves with you. And of course, interactions with others. Reporters use clip microphone systems outside and even inside the studio when they're presenting. So they have used it forever, and so they know that it works and that they're quite happy with it and the quality. And so if you're deciding to go on location and you want to interview someone, you won't have to worry as much about wind and noise and rattles and hisses, because each person will have a microphone clipped close to their mouth to record their voice. Because the lavalier system is, of course, for voice recordings. It's not really meant to, depending on the quality of the lavalier, I guess you could record some musical instruments, etc. A smartphone just doesn't have the quality of microphone built into it to record and interview others on location and then have a good quality recording. Obviously, if you need to do it and it's on temporary, all of a sudden you need to interview this person, as you have the opportunity, get your smartphone out and see if you can get a good recording with that. And we've already discussed about the portable microphones that you can get that will you get the right jack going into your into your phone, you can get good quality recordings on an iPad and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's one of the reasons to consider a lavalier microphone. And to be honest, when I looked at that and read all the advantages and disadvantages, I thought, why aren't I using a clip-on microphone if I'm going to be doing some demonstrations? So it might be worth using my wireless microphone. And what microphone you buy depends on what is your studio setup. Will you be standing, or will you be sitting? Will you be interviewing in person, or will you be interviewing on Zoom? Will you want excellent sound quality for your video and your podcasting? Then you have to consider that and test out and see if a lavalier is good enough for you. And will you want, of course, the best sound quality for music and music recordings, because they need a certain level of quality and being able to get the frequencies of sound together on there. So yeah, lavalier microphone is something to consider as an alternative for you to get out there and get interviewing others on location. So next time we may look at the Blue Yeti. I'm not sure if I think I've already gone over what the stereo microphone quality is. But we'll probably look at the software that you can use, Audacity, which is free, and we can look at changing the gain or changing the volume and what some of the terms are for doing audio, in case you aren't familiar with it, so that at the very simplest, in Audacity, we might even do a second episode where we do a recording and then show you how to sweeten it to make it sound better. As my voice right now is starting to break, and I need to probably use Audacity to make it sound better. But if you're interested to get notifications, checklists, and resources, go sign up at https://jane-gardner.com/live, and you will get my book 7 Steps to Produce Your First Show, where we look at the variety of studios equipment you might need, as well as software in order to produce your first show. So thank you for listening, and we will have to have a look at how this recording was in terms of sound. But we'll try again next week. Thanks a lot.